You so invested in, you know, saying what you about to say. And you even came to the initiative to tell me to turn the camera on. Speak your mind.
So you don't want June 9th, that's coming up this month, next month, to be our 1 year?
No, I don't plan on counting it as a year. We weren't together for a year.
So we starting back over?
I ain't say we had to start over. We ain't speak on that. But I'm just saying, like, a year, I don't feel like... Oh.
We was together for them.
We just got done. I just really turned this on for our conversation about her not listening. And she just did it on site, in camera, for it to start that conversation back up and for me to be able to explain it.
What did I not say?
When I just said something and I told her my opinion and she said no. She said no. Instead of asking how, I don't know. I guess maybe if we rewatch the video.
What you said? What did I say exactly?
I don't know exactly everything, but I mean I can't say it if you know what I'm saying. But anyways, I was saying my opinion on the 1 year thing. And I was like, I don't think something. And you was like, no.
Because you're an asshole. That's why you don't want to think it. That's why, y'all. Because he's an asshole.
Right. And that's why I say you don't listen and you're not willing to listen.
I'm listening.
Because instead of understanding why I think the way I think, you think I think because of this reason and it's going to be because of what you think. So it's like, oh, no, he's just an asshole. So I don't want to listen to what he's saying.
That's not what I'm saying.
But that's how it is.
You can continue.
No, that's how it is. It always happens.
My goodness.
And that's why I was turning this on to explain that. So I give you an example. The other day, we had the altercation with the bus. The bus is pulling out. The bus is bagging into the spot. A routine that happens all the time, bro. This routine, it's a I guess since I'm talking, I really don't want to have to touch tripods, and you know what I'm saying. But hey, at this point, I'm fed up with washing my hands. Like, I love washing my hands, but I hate it at the same time. Cause the way I am, I wash it a billion times. I end up touching my watch to take it off and be like, dang, I gotta wash it again, all that. But basically, we pull into the apartments and she's pulling in fast, and I see that the bus is bagging in. So like lately, while she's been driving, I've been like saying little things to try to help her out, and it's more so like doing what I would have wanted somebody to do for me. I want people to put me up on game. If it's something like all the time, people tell me things, and it's like if it's something that you feel like I don't know, tell me. If it's not negative, I can see if it's like something negative. Oh, like if you're saying like don't sag, and I like sagging, that's different. You get what I'm saying? You know that I like doing it, and you know that's just my preference. But if it's just something that you're just trying to put me on game, put me on game. But if you're trying to change my opinion, like, oh, you need to become a Baptist. I mean, not Baptist. I meant to say a race that's not common in my culture. You need to become Buddhist, or you need to become this, and just trying to impose your beliefs, that's one thing. But if you're just trying to, oh, this is why you should stop at a stop sign, or this is why this, that, then go ahead, tell me. I might not be hip on game. And all the time people come and they tell me stuff, and I know exactly what they're talking about. But instead of saying, oh yeah, I know that already, I listen. Not because I feel like I don't care, but more so because, one, it might be a situation where they might know a little something more than I know. So it's like you never know what additional information they might know. Go ahead, baby. My bad, I ignored you when you said it, but it's just I don't think it was ready. But I mean, I don't think I was ready to cook the corn, but it don't really matter. And I was like kind of trained to the thought, so I couldn't answer your question because I didn't make a choice, and I would have had to stop my train of thought to make that choice. But anyways, basically, sometimes when I don't sometimes when I know the information, I don't stop them because they might know a little extra piece of information that I might not know about the subject. And they might not say if I say, oh, I already know everything. Because I might not know everything. I might know 99%. But sometimes that's not good enough because that 1% that you don't know might be the percent that you needed to make the difference. So yeah, I listen to what people saying, even though if I feel like I know everything they saying. I feel like that's something that you have a problem with doing, and something that I feel like you would have to learn on your own. You know, understanding, even though that you know everything, you might not know everything. It might be 1% of something that you might be missing, and that 1% might be a big percent, a big thing. But anyways, not only that, another reason why I don't stop people when they trying to tell me something, even if I already know it, is because I don't want to get them in the habit of thinking I know everything. So then, another issue that happens is, say I'm telling you something, I'm like, oh yeah, I already know that. Next time they think to tell me something, they be like, oh, he might know it. So they're not going to say nothing. And I know how game goes. So it's like, I might tell them that I know something, but only if they ask me, or only if I feel like it's not detrimental and more so beneficial, if that makes sense. Like, oh yeah, I knew that, but I didn't know this. You get what I'm saying? I knew this part, but I didn't know that. Like, I tell them like in that type of way. But you put this in there, baby. Basically, the bus was bagging in. Now, I used to drive buses, so I feel like I knew a little thing or two about, not the one with the corn, no. Try to be slow and careful, baby. You don't want all that splash and stuff. But I never eat the carrots that I buy, so right now I'm using it to put in the cabbage. This is the only way I feel like I eat it, bro. These carrots are gonna get tossed in the trash like the last ones did. But basically, I really could throw these whole things in there. Why am I cutting up carrots?
Yeah.
Damn, baby. I mean, thank you. You so smart.
Should I not say it that way?
I'm being comical. It's not
no, I'm just
literal.
serious.
No, I'm harping on the fact that you said it right when I said it. So it's like, dang.
I mean,
why you ain't say that 10 seconds ago?
When you said it, I was like, yeah, that is a good idea. That's why I was saying, like, yeah, it makes sense.
I was just being funny.
Like, not
picking on you.
I wasn't even thinking about it.
And to be honest, I think you're going to understand later in life, because lately I've been talking to my mom a lot. And she stuck her hand in the hot water. My uncle, and it's funny because my uncle always be talking, bro.
Shut up.
And that's one of his favorite.
I didn't burn my fucking hand though.
You talking about some? Sometimes you gotta tell them that the water hot. And you know you gotta let them touch the hot water. She that person. You gotta let her touch that hot water.
Hey.
Cause she would not believe.
Right now I'm gonna jump in and say something, and I know he gonna be like, I wasn't done, but technically to me you stopped talking. Anyway, so when he say, just because someone makes,
wasn't done.
Just
Shit,
because someone makes, but
now that you know I'm not done, you gonna let me keep going?
Just because someone says something after you said something doesn't mean they're not listening. I just make comments. Not listening means you do the opposite, or you say things like I'm not gonna listen, or fuck what you talking about. I don't do those things. I just add on to it. That's all I had to say. Or I do something off experience or whatever. Okay. You said throw this in the trash, right?
Yeah. Don't touch it then. Just set it on top.
My hands just have been irritating me because water. I can't keep lotion on them, so my hands are reacting, and I don't know why.
Okay, baby.
So when I go wipe my ass, I don't wash my hands anymore.
So
I'm just talking.
Should we not cook?
I'm just kidding.
Are you not willing to endure that pain of possibly making your hands more irritable?
Why do we have to stop cooking in order to make the food? Was that a joke again?
Somewhat.
I don't get it.
Look, I'm gonna just hop back on the topic because like.
Yeah, we gonna venture off. I'm sorry.
So I feel as if since I like drive the bus, I know certain little things about it. But basically, I was telling her about the stop signs. I was telling her about stuff like the stop signs. She blows stop signs. She do not stop.
I'm trying to.
She be what's it called? she be briefing sometimes, but like sometimes she don't even brief. She just be like, woo, woo, like it's a yield, and there ain't no cars in action. You know, cause yields you don't gotta stop. But anyways, you ain't hear that from me. There ain't no legal advice. Yeah, so I'm like, you know, you be blowing stop signs or whatever. You know, I be trying to tell her little stuff, but hey, that's her. She don't be listening. But I'm like, let me tell her anyway. I'm trying to ease back into putting her on game, because at one point in time I told myself, don't tell her nothing, bro. She don't want to listen. She hard headed. She can't be taught. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was feeling at one point. And, you know, it was some months ago. Then I'm like, I'm gonna have to deal with her. Let me try not to wait till she learn on her own and try to help her out, man. Let me try to tell her, cause like, she's the type of person, she be like, I ain't gonna ever get in no car accident. This can't happen to me. You know, like, God got my back. It ain't.
That's a lie.
Like when she was driving my car around, you know, I was concerned because it was my car. You know, she a new driver, all that.
Being honest in your car.
And then like, she didn't got to the point where she was so comfortable. I'm getting off topic, so I'm gonna get back on topic afterwards. But she's so comfortable that she was like on her phone while she was driving my car. I'm like, bro, like you taking that risk with my stuff.
And then I stopped as soon as you told me.
You didn't.
Yes, I did.
You didn't.
How I didn't?
You didn't, because I remember getting mad and not wanting you to drive because I asked you not to and you were still doing it.
Because I went to a song or something and you was like, Shade, I told you, I can flip real quick through a song.
Yeah, you was doing little quick stuff. You was doing a couple things though. It wasn't just songs.
It was stuff like songs.
It wasn't just songs though. But you was like on my phone. I'm like, bro, like I didn't even want you on like flipping through a song because like she got the phone in her hand. You get what I'm saying? It's like, no, like I don't feel as if you at that level where you should be trying that in my car. You know what I'm saying? I really don't feel like you need to do that in my car. Hey, and out of respect, if you would have asked the same thing of me, I wouldn't have did it in your car. Even if you wasn't looking, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if you doing this in front of my face, you got the audacity to do this in my face. I know when I'm not in the car with me, you don't give a fuck.
To my, what's it called? When I was flipping through songs, I'm thinking it wasn't to the same extent, because when he told me not to be on my phone, I was doing more like texting and stuff, watching videos. But then when he told me not to be on my phone, I said okay, and I didn't. Flipping through songs to me is little stuff that people do, so it was like I thought that was okay, because at least I'm not texting and watching videos. I'm clicking on a song real quick or going to YouTube, clicking on a song, like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't think it was to that degree. Then he said it again, and then I didn't do it again. I thought it applied because different standards.
So what had happened was the bus was bagging up, and me, I know in my mind a bus can't go from like this into a bagging spot. Like, it's hard to demonstrate because I'm trying to do it in the opposite way.
Things breaking
like,
up. Does that mean it's too hot?
You can turn it down a little bit, but I don't think it's too hot. But I wouldn't have had it that hot. Yeah, that's cool.
You had it that. Turn this down too.
Yeah. At least to the middle, yeah. It's different, I think, because I didn't put the stuff in there, so I probably would have peeped that it was that hot when I was putting the stuff in, and that's why I said what I said. But I understand your retaliation, your rebuttal.
When I was putting it in, you was like, I don't think the water's ready yet. So when I put it in,
you turned it up.
No, I didn't.
Well, I'm asking. I asked the question.
You told me the water was not that hot yet. So I'm not thinking to mess with the temperatures, because the water wasn't like this at first. It just got to this point. Gee, that's why I
thought the water was bubbling. I could have sworn the water was bubbling before you.
When I put the corns in, you said it still wasn't.
It was bubbling. I said.
If you played a video back, you said, I don't think the corns are ready to go in yet still, but you can still put them in.
Right.
If it's bubbling, why wouldn't it be ready?
Right. I explained that in the video. I'm glad it's on video. I was saying that because the corn doesn't take as long as the cabbage to cook, I wasn't going to start cooking the corn yet. That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying the water wasn't ready. It was a miscommunication. And I know that. That's why I'm like speaking on the way I'm speaking. But it's cool. It ain't no big deal. I'm trying to get through this little, you feel me, this little thing. We argue about something else later. Especially if it don't matter. I don't really care about that. If I'm wrong, I'll be wrong with that. Alright.
I didn't turn it up. I don't have to lie about turning the stove up. Just clarification. Because you be thinking I'm lying about
okay, that's cool.
Lying.
That's cool. Thank you for clarifying that with me. No, I don't think you lying. Cool. So I know that a bus bagging up, it can't get into that bagging spot without purling out. You get what I'm saying? It has to take a vertical, like if it's going vertically back, it has to take a horizontal position to get in there. Now it won't have to go completely horizontal, but you get what I'm saying? It's gonna come out, and that's because the wheels are not at the front of the bus. It's a lot of things, but it's a rectangle. It's a wide rectangle. It's like cutting a car in. You can't just drive up to the car, the spot that you want, and go directly side and side. You gotta go at an angle. You get what I'm saying? So I know the bus, it gonna have to come at an angle and come back out. So like, she trying to pass this way while the bus trying to bag in this way. Luckily, the bus driver, she had her bus close to like the cars. So like, she already, you feel me? She made a lot of space. A lot of times when I come in here, I think that was the first time I ever seen a bus like that close to them cars. But basically, she was coming out and she's bagging up, and then she was coming in. I'm like, stop and let her go. It wasn't even that. I was thinking more so she was gonna get hit, but for one, she was trying to race her. So if you feel like you gotta race somebody,
wow. Now you lying. How was I racing the bus? I was driving the same speed.
Can I explain what I mean by that? And you gonna understand now.
Like that, because then they gonna think I'm racing a bus.
Right, but if you feel like I'm wording something some type of way, why not let me say it and then come to me and tell me why it's wrong later? Why you gotta cut up and do all this now? Is it really? But it's not like I'm not gonna let you speak your point, speak your mind. You can say anything you want afterwards, and you can go against my argument. And you can explain why whatever I was wording was wrong. But that's what I think you were doing. You were racing the bus because you said I can get past quick enough. You said I'm pretty sure I had enough time. That's racing. That means you're trying to get through before they get in the way. If you're because honestly, a lot of times I filter what I'm saying to try to adhere to your preference of being so technical with certain words or whatever. And it's like, maybe I would usually say something else instead of racing just to cut that whole conversation out. But I don't honestly think I'm wrong for saying racing. I feel as if you were trying to beat the bus by driving there before they got there. And if you want to be honest, they should have the right of way because they're already doing that bag up. But that's neither here nor there. That's not even the main topic at hand.
Exactly. So why is it important to mention all that?
So why can't I keep talking? But why is it important for you to say this?
Because it's not true what you just said. I was not racing.
Okay, but you gonna be able to say all that. Why can't I finish? Then you say that. Why you gotta say it while I'm speaking?
Because you adding on extra stuff. And
but that's how I want to explain my story.
I'm going to get technical, but you adding on stuff that's not even relevant or true.
But if this is...
Yes, I made that comment, but it was after you said something.
But why do you feel as if you should be able to take the floor and stop me from saying what I'm saying because you don't like it? Why do you feel like that's a thing?
Because you're lying.
Okay, even if I'm saying...
That's just me.
I feel like it should be a level of respect though. Even if you feel as if I'm lying, you still should let me speak if I'm holding the floor. You shouldn't just take over and just cut me out while I'm trying to speak about something. Because at the end of the day, it's an opinion. That's not factual that I'm lying. That's not a factual thing, bro. That's an opinion. And I feel like we both know well enough to know that it's opinion. We know the difference between facts and opinion. Yes, that's opinion. And we know how opinions work. Which means, although you might feel some way, that doesn't mean you're 100% right. Or that doesn't mean that that's the case. In all terms, it's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? That's preference or whatever. But yeah, I said racing. I feel as if you was racing because you said I'm pretty sure I had enough time to get past. So if a bus is bagging up and you know that they're gonna be in if you know it's close enough where you would have to drive at a certain speed or be driving past in a certain time, then you're trying to do that before they bag up. So for one, they're already bagging up. Why should you be, trying to hurry up and get, hurry up and get past, or why would you be trying to get past before they bag up if you know they're going to take the space that you're trying to acquire? Why are you trying to hurry up and pass that spot? So it's like, I was just trying to give you the advice that maybe you should be courteous and let the bus driver go. It's not about whether you was able to have enough time to get past or not. It's about, okay, they trying to bag up. If they're bagging up and they think you about to be in the way, or they think they gonna hit you, the right bus driver, unless they tired of people doing it, they gon' see you and be like, okay, let me stop. It's not clear, even though they already start bagging up. So why would you make the bus stop because you're showing that you're trying to hurry up and get past instead of letting them go? Why not just let them go comfortably so they won't have to ease and make sure they're not gonna hit you? Why not stop? Let them know, all right, you cool to go. It's like when people coming out the gas station or something. Somebody coming out the gas station, all right, cool. You stop and then you let them go. So then it's smooth. You know what I'm saying? They're not worried about whether, you're going to hit them or whatever. But, I mean, my thing is, the problem that I feel like was because she was like, after I said what I said, she's saying, you know how many times I drive up here? You know how many buses bag up? I know enough to know this. And I'm like, basically she was letting me know she know. And I'm like, okay, cool, but how am I supposed to know you know this? You know what I'm saying? And then after letting me know, she starts saying, okay, I had enough space, or I had enough this, or I had enough that. Instead of understanding what I'm saying and asking why I feel as if she doesn't have enough space, or knowing or trying to see if there's anything she could possibly be missing, she's trying to let me know that actually I could get through. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it ain't nothing wrong with saying that, but it's like, I feel like you're discrediting what I'm saying before even understanding everything I'm saying, because it's like, I feel a lot of times she's saying it before I even speak my whole truth, before I'm saying everything I gotta say. Like, oh no, just like when we was just talking, if you feel like I'm lying or whatever, before I can even say everything I'm saying and get to every point, I could be lying. But I could be lying, but I might be saying something that's important after this lie. So you're so willing to stop me from lying that you're gonna miss out on the information that you might need to know. And it's like, that's why I was having this conversation with you. I feel like sometimes you're not willing to be taught. You're not willing to learn. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, like, I think we were talking, I'm like, yeah, in the podcast, I think you should watch it because they might put you hip on games that you don't know, that you're not willing to learn. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have to just learn it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes people are stubborn or whatever the case may be. And it's like, hey, you learn how you learn. I'm not trying to say this to, say it some type of way towards you, and I understand that you might feel some type of way, but I'm just trying to be 100. I know I'm stubborn. That's why I'm saying it about you. I'm not saying that you're stubborn, but I'm saying people can be stubborn. I feel like you are stubborn at times, and I don't think it's wrong that I say that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, hey, bottom line is, I feel as if I felt like a lot of times I looked at the situations, the things, the arguments we had, and I'm like, well, I feel like she don't got all the pieces to the puzzle. Like, she missing valuable pieces, and she missing valuable morals. Morals, like, I don't know if morals the best, but like just ways of thinking. Like, if you're not thinking the same way, then you might actually, you feel me, end up traveling a different path or thinking obviously thinking a different way. But it's just like, I mean, hey, I just see that I feel as if reading or watching a podcast or just talking to certain people, you might understand different ways of people thinking, and you might start viewing things different ways. Because like I said, I look up all the time, and it's like later down the line, you'll be like, oh, well, at first I felt this way and now I feel this way. But how can I get you to feel that way? It's like I run to dead ends when I'm trying to explain things and I'm trying to get you to understand. But then I look up down the line and it's like, you'll understand it from somebody else, and I can accept that. You might need somebody else to explain it to you. You might not be willing to accept that information from me. But I acknowledge that and I know that. So I'm just saying, hey, I'm accepting that within myself, that you might not be in a place to, know everything. I mean, like, be able to accept everything. Might be not be in a place to, function in a way that I might want to function with you at this time. So, I'll be willing to wait. And it happened with time. I mean, it's things you got to learn. I can't expect you to be at the level that I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that it's in levels, but I'm saying it as in like it's kind of weird because I can't word it. But saying like everything, the best way I can think of it off the dome is like basketball. I used to play 2K. You play 2K, you got players, you got overall ratings. I'm not speaking on overall ratings. All right, some people can rebound one way. Some people can score a different way. Some people are great at rebounding, terrible at scoring. I'm saying in general. All right, so if it comes down to passionate, I'm more passionate than you, or you're more passionate than me. I can't expect you to be on my level of passions or courtesiness or whatever, respect, whatever. It was a C word I was looking at. Just different words. I can't expect you to just be on my level. So maybe there might be things where you might not have experienced it in life. That's like math or science. You might not know as much math or science. You might not know as much Spanish. You might not know as much, and I can't expect you to just be at that level just because I am. I'm not going to look down at you because you just don't know. But it is going to affect me because I'm thinking this way and you can't see the way that I'm thinking because you don't understand it yet. And I feel like I really realized that from playing chess, and it really opened my eyes because I still remember back to that day where I was playing and I just didn't understand why I was losing or whatever. And then this dude named Emilio, he was like, he was talking about like seeing the whole board and stuff like that. I ain't get it. I'm like, I'm looking at the whole board. What you mean? But people be so, I can't think of the word. Just focused, like center focus. I can't think of the word. Just narrow-minded. So narrow-minded, center focused that they don't actually expand their horizons and see everything. And it's like they missing out on stuff because they looking in the wrong place. And not only just seeing the whole board, it's so much more to it. It's like it's not just one level. And I feel like a lot of people think that like situations have one level answers, one word answers. Sometimes it's deeper than that. It depends. And that's why that's like one of my favorite two-letter phrase. It depends, because it's not just a one answer thing. Like it all depends on different scenarios, different things, different whatevers. And it's like okay, you got to look at the whole board, but not only do you got to look at the whole board, you got to look at the possible outcomes and the possible moves. Like you got to look steps ahead. Okay, yeah, you could do this, but what's gonna happen next? And that might be a good scenario, but then what you gonna do after that, and what's gonna happen to the next 10 moves after that? And it's like you might have looked at the whole board on that move, but you ain't look at the whole board on that next 10 moves. So it's like it's more to play into it. I feel like that's my rap, that's my spiel. Now we can get at it. So what's up? Now it's time for you to speak. And say what you gotta say. Think what you gotta think. Do what you gotta do.
All I gotta say is look how far I am in life, and look at the people that I talk to and what they get from me when I have conversations from them. So I mean, you're just the one person that thinks that I'm this way and only and this and this, and it's like I know so much, and it's like you sit there and say this you don't know, you might not understand. Who says I don't understand just because I add on or I make stupid comments like I could have made it? That don't mean, that's not me saying I don't understand, or I don't know that I should be courteous and let the bus driver. Maybe I'm just an asshole and I don't care to let the bus driver, and I know I can make it. And in my head, I felt like the bus driver wouldn't have minded if I squeezed through there. So it's like, you say we not on the same level, but it's like, no, I take other aspects into consideration. If you would have sat there and I told you to go out there with me, I would have asked the bus driver, don't people do that all the time? And it's no problem. You don't feel no type of way or whatever. Like, basically, if I would have asked her, was there any problem if I would have went through, I'm pretty sure they would have been like, nah, you was fine. And it's like, I feel like I know enough to understand that they would have been fine with me going by, because little did you know, when I was coming in there, no, I was not trying to race, but I also knew how much space and stuff like that. And if I didn't, I would have stopped, or I would have took things in consideration. But I felt like I knew enough to get by that I wouldn't have been the disturbance of that bus driver. And it was like, you got to see that when she or he backed up. I already took that in consideration when I was coming in looking at the bus. Like, I wouldn't just run. My biggest fear is hurting somebody else's car, or hurting somebody. Like, yes, I do pass stop signs and stuff like that, and yes, it's against the law, but I take other things into considerations as well. And it's like, just because you do things the right way, that's not to say that the way I do things, I'm not doing it, I'm not being smart about it just because it's illegal, or I'm not being the kindest person when things happen. Like, we're two different people. You do things legally and I do things unlegally, but I'm smart about the things I do. And not all the time things happen. You can still do things legally and get in a car accident. You can stop at the stop sign and still get in a wreck somehow. So it's like, just because I'm doing stuff my way don't mean I'm not taking in consideration the things that I need to take in consideration, because things can still happen unspontaneously. And it's like, I feel like I jump, like, again, when I have conversations with other people be like, damn, Shada, you motivated, you be doing this, you know what you talking about, and this and this. And it's like, you don't get to see that because I find you as a threat. So it's like, every time you open your mouth to say something to me, because you try to prove or whatever to be a goody two shoes or do things right or this, it's like, every time I'm ready to jump on whatever he says, because I'm trying to beat you before you try to call me out, because I know you a good little goody two shoes. So I try to jump on it. But it's like, just because I jump on stuff and I add stuff does not mean I'm not smart about the decisions or the choices I make and stuff like that. Like, I can still know a lot. And it's like, it's different aspects of stuff. So when you say I might not be on the same level as passionate as you, there's different aspects. There's one aspect of passionate that I might be more higher than you are, and you more higher on the other part of the passionate part than I am. So it's like, it's these different components that you don't take in, but you sitting here saying I'm not on the same level. And it's like, I feel like you might take what I'm saying right now a different type of way than what I'm meaning, but it's like, that's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, I know what I know, and it's like, I know I'm a smart enough person to maneuver through life, and it's like, I know I'm a good enough person for myself. It's like, again, yes, I don't stop at stop signs. I might, I don't just I make sure I make smart decisions when I do certain stuff. And it's like, yes, I do those things, but I feel like I'm smart enough and I know a little bit enough. And it's like, half of the stuff he says at that moment, no, I might not get it. But then it's like, we'll walk away from it, and then like, then I'm thinking back to stuff and I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I'm thinking of it in this way. And then it's like, okay, now I get it. So, I mean, yeah, I just don't like when we have conversation and he's saying stuff like, oh, well, people think they know it all and this, and this. And it's like, you making those guesses and you really don't know. You just speaking off, and it's like, you say, I do things and I don't respect you and stuff. But it's like, there's different types of that. And it's like, again, when he told me about the bus, I did stop. I respected him enough to stop. Did I respect him enough not to have my opinion about it and let him know that I was smart enough to make, educated guesses on if the bus driver would have minded, or if, I would have been in danger in that situation? I'm still gonna have my opinion because I'm a strong-minded person, and you know, I know that I make educated guesses and I'm smart enough to make certain choices and decisions. So it's like, yeah, I respect the things you say. You can see that because I listen to you. Now, listening can go two types of ways. I can listen to what you're saying, but I can still have my opposing or opinions about what you said. And it's like every time he says something to me, it's never me saying, oh no, I'm not gonna do that, or no, I don't believe that. That's never what I'm doing. I'm always just adding on like, oh well, this and this and this, because I'm trying to put everything into it, and like, yeah. So it's like, I feel like the biggest thing is maybe I should just give him his time to speak on everything. But other than that, I don't see a problem with me having my opinion at the end. But like he said, like, I feel like I don't listen to all sides, so it's like sometimes I am just rushing to answer something or rushing to jump in and cut him off without hearing everything first. So it's like, yeah, I realize that all the time. You know, it's learned behavior, something that obviously, you know, is hard to, whatever. People got their little different flaws, and mine is, you know, I know stuff, but I don't put it into work, so I don't, you know, incorporate the stuff that I know I should be doing, or how I should be behaving. I don't like the way that sounds. Should be behaving. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna just be quiet from now on and like just give him the floor. Yeah.
My biggest thing is, hold on a second. It ain't cooperating with me. Oh well, it's good enough. My biggest thing is I'm not always right. I make mistakes all the time, and it's not just with my speech impediments or just the way I talk. I just make mistakes, and I know that, you know, a lot of things that I do is based off opinion. I'm very opinionated. So when it comes down to me, like as far as like saying things or whatever, I try not to impose my ways or my beliefs on you unless it has anything to do with me. So it's like, if it's not affecting me, I really don't care. But if it's like, if I'm asking you of something and it's because, you know, you're tying me to it, like, I don't know, please, like if we eating together, right? And I'm a diabetic, please don't add salt in there. I'm gonna try to really get you not to add salt because that's gonna affect my health. Or if it's affecting my comfortability. Okay, we in this room, or me and her going together, and she smokes cigarettes. I said smoke cigarettes because she don't smoke cigarettes, and I feel as if she can't get offended because she knows she don't do it. She still get offended, oh well. You know what I'm saying? But she smokes cigarettes. And I said that because, you know, I can't say alcohol, pills or anything because that's not directly affecting me as far as like smell or health or something like that. So I'm saying like something like cigarettes or something where it's like it's affecting me in a way. Or I don't know, like you come home and your feet stink. But I'm gonna go with cigarettes. We sit in the kitchen, I'm like, could you please not smoke in the house? I would try to impose that belief because it's directly affecting me and my health. But if it's something like her clothes, I don't like what she wearing, I'm like, oh, please don't wear that outside. I don't want niggas looking at you. I'm the type of person, I'm less likely to say things like that if it's not really affecting me. But in an instance, in the difference between the two, if we going out in public and I'm taking you to go see my mom or something, and you got one nipple out like this, you know what I'm saying? Then that's where I would step in and say, please don't wear what you wearing. But if you out in public and you by yourself and it's not affecting me, that's different. But if maybe, I guess, like I'm mayor of a city and your image is still going to affect me even when you're not with me, then that's a different topic. But basically, I said it to say, a lot of times I don't really, need you to, I don't need people to follow what I say. I impose my beliefs, my ideas, and I keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I try to help out with my ideas and my beliefs. Like littering. I don't like people littering. If you in my car, don't litter in my car. If you in your car, hey. But it's down to the point where I drive Lyft. It's a couple people that litter in my car. I ain't say nothing to them. Because I'm not trying to change their lifestyle and they already did it. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I see they keep doing it after a while, I'm going to roll that window up and lock it. Or I'm going to stop them. But 1, 2, it already happened. It ain't worth sitting down and talking to you about. Because I'm not trying to change your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to impose my beliefs. But you get what I'm saying? Like, you ain't about to smoke in my car. You get what I'm saying? But I say all to say, as it pertains to the subject at hand, the bus thing. I'll give you my advice. Like I said, I told her about the stop signs, whatever. She stopped at a stop sign today. I'm like, all right, cool. But if she would have passed it up, it would have been cool. I already told you 2, 3 times. I know I told you. If you keep doing it, that's because that's what you want to do. I'm not going to say nothing else about stop signs. You get what I'm saying? Unless I feel like that's something she want to learn and she's just not, catching on to. But as far as like me not knowing her opinion on the stop signs, if she keep passing stop signs, it won't make no difference. I just like try to throw in little things that I feel like people should know or whatever. But the problem came in when, the bus driver, if we speak on a courtesy standpoint, that's something that doesn't affect me. If she don't want to be courteous to a bus driver, if I'm in the passenger seat, 9 times out of 10, the bus driver ain't gonna say F me every time they see me just because I was in the passenger seat. Hopefully. I don't think like that. So I'm not really gonna be in a big deal. But I'll give you an example because it's kind of touchy. Like my mom, she don't understand. But it's like she getting a lot of backlash from my mother. The things my mother do. And I would make sure I have a Zoom call with my mom just so y'all can see that. But it's gonna be on my podcast channel. And I can't give y'all the information to that yet because it's not made. But that just made me want to do it and made me realize I got to do all that. But anyways, a great example is my mom. My mom would literally go up to the store and park in front of the door in the store. All the traffic go and try to get the groceries and stuff. I'm like, no. I'm not helping you. I'm not getting in the car next time. Don't ask me to go to the grocery store. Because I told you I don't like this and it's affecting me because I don't like doing it and I'm involved. She don't respect me enough to not put me in that situation. You get what I'm saying? That's not something that I should have to do. So after her doing it the second time, I start feeling like I ain't going to no grocery store with you because it ain't my car. You get what I'm saying? I can't walk home. I'm the type of petty person, like maybe I have to go to work or something. I'm the type of person, I really get into it with my mom and be like, okay, well, since you want to do this, I'm going to walk home or I'm going to call this Lyft. You know what I'm saying? You can handle the rest of this by yourself. But she just as petty as me. So it's like, because I had to live with her, I couldn't do certain things that I wanted. I had to let little stuff fly. And the best way to deal with that is just to not go to the store with her. Then I won't have to deal with it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't have to be uncomfortable in certain situations. But anyways, we got past that. I don't remember how that ended, but that was just an example. But with the bus driver thing, courtesy thing, I don't care. If she didn't want to be courteous to the bus driver, skip them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, do you. As far as the accident thing, we not in my car no more. She don't drive my car. She's still on my insurance, so if she needs to drive my car, hey, she still got a key. But for the most part, she won't really be driving my car. You know what I'm saying? She got her own car. So as far as accidents go, I don't want her to get in no accident. I don't want her to get in no trouble. But at the end of the day, it don't really affect me. And to be honest, that's a lot. It's always going to affect me as long as I'm with her. Because if her pocket's getting touched, my pocket's getting touched. Because it's a trickle down effect. It's always something. You get what I'm saying? If she get $1 million right now, my pocket's getting touched. And the only way it's not is if she don't spend it. You get what I'm saying? The only way my pockets don't get touched if she lose $1 million right now is if she can still function the same way. But if she lose $1,000, a car accident costs at least $1,000. She not in a position where if she lose $1,000, it ain't gonna affect her. And once it affect her, it's gonna affect me. You know what I'm saying? It's a trickle down effect. But it's like the law of diminishing returns or whatever. It's about how much it affects you and stuff like that. But we ain't really here to talk about all that. So that's the technicality of things. But the bottom line is, if she get in a car accident, it don't really affect me the same. You know what I'm saying? It's not really as much of a burden. Like, okay, I might have to drive her to work. It's gonna affect me, but at the same time, it ain't my car. So I'm not really pressed over trying to save her from getting in accidents. So like I said, with the bus thing, if something bad happened, hey, it's not worth arguing with her over. So like, that situation ain't even really a situation because it doesn't affect me enough to be a situation. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't really care. So it's like, it wasn't even the principle of me wanting her to do what I say, because you don't have to do what I say because it's not going to affect me. And that's just the type of person I am. If it's not going to affect me, skip it. If I don't got no control over it and you're going to do it anyway, skip it. If I can't complain because I know you, like the water thing with my mom. After I got to the point where I knew that she wasn't going to take my advice, I tried to persuade her to listen because it's something that truly affects me and truly touches my heart in a certain way. After I know you're not going to listen, skip it. I'm not going to keep talking about it. It's not going to change nothing. I'm not going to sit here and plead. Maybe this time she going to listen. Nah. I'm going to try a couple times and I'm going to give up, or I'm going to find a different solution. I ain't about to harp and keep on going down that same route. But anyways, I said it to say, the thing is not her listening to what I'm saying. I don't want her to listen to what I'm saying. I don't want her to be a yes woman. I don't want her to be scared to have her own beliefs and her own ideologies. My thing is, and maybe I'm wrong, I'm open to being wrong. But I don't want you to just tell me I'm wrong. That's the difference though. You can't just say, oh no, Nate, you wrong. I need you to show me why I'm wrong. I need you to explain to me why I'm wrong. I need you to persuade me to think that I'm wrong. And I need you to do it with circumstantial evidence. I don't need you to just say it and be like, well, you wrong just because. Or you wrong but just because. Or because I said so. That's not going to fly. And it's like, I'm not going to conform. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to be, whatever. I can't think of the word. Substantial evidence. Anyways, I said it to say, what I'm wrong, where I could potentially be wrong about is what I'm about to say. I feel as if a great example is teaching. When somebody's telling you something, it's more so disrespectful, or it's more so taken as diminishing when you don't listen, and instead of letting them say what they're saying, you interrupt them and oppose against them. I feel like it's a time and place to have your opinion and have your opposing opinion. So, to give example, if I'm a teacher and I say 2 + 2 is 2, I'm teaching the class. It's okay to say, why is 2 + 2 not 4? But, and I'm not saying that you got to go by the rules or, it's right, because it's an opinion. Like I said, I could be wrong. But if you saying I'm wrong for saying this, tell me why I'm wrong. I feel like it's just a common courtesy, respectful law that we all go by, or most of us go by, or at least I go by. Raise your hand when you asking that question. And how it translates in conversations is, if you know they still talking and they're persistent about trying to hurry up and get something across, or they really trying to get something across, let them get it across. Then say what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to try to buff in and see if they're budging to let you talk. But if you see that they trying to talk and y'all talk, y'all shouldn't be talking over each other. If somebody's already talking, then more than likely it's like driving. They should have that right of way. You know what I'm saying? If it's their floor, they should have that right of way. So y'all both shouldn't be crashing. You know what I'm saying? If you see that they gonna go, let them go. But if it's like you try to ease up and they still sitting at the stop sign like they don't know it's their right of way, and they let you go, then go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But that's the fluidity of a conversation, and it changes with people. But some people just got that natural niche for conversation. Some people got that natural niche with each other, whatever. But my bottom line is, I feel as if somebody talking, explaining something, teaching you something, or they just, saying something, hey, you should have some respect for them having that floor, because they are, initiating something, and they got the talking stick. Not only that, I think you should let them say what they're saying before you start putting down what they're saying. So if I say, oh, I really like this jacket, and I'm like, I like it because I shouldn't hear, but that jacket was made by some slaves in West Africa. Hey, look, that's cool. I get your point, but can I at least finish telling you why I like the jacket before you say what's bad about it? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, there's nothing wrong with you saying it's bad. There's nothing wrong with, having opposing positions on it. It's just, it's a time and it's a place. And I feel like it's diminishing when you say certain things at certain times. Especially when you know that they're still trying to convey a point and you're stopping their point. And it's persistent. You know what I'm saying? So, as that pertains to like the bus driving thing, I feel like the problem I had was I was just trying to put my opinion or my advice out there. And instead of like understanding my advice or getting the full intel of my advice, because I don't believe I finished saying what I was trying to say, I feel like it was interrupted. Instead of getting that, you shut it down and you discredited it. So it's like, next time I have advice, I don't want to give it, because it's like you don't care for it anyway. But the problem I get into it with her is, like, that same day, I felt that way, and right after, she wanted me to get her advice that I didn't give her. And it's like, you want your advice when you want it, and it's like, it don't really work like that, because for one, I don't know when you want things or not, because I can't read your mind. And for two, it's not like people are going to just do everything you want them to do the way you want it to be done. It's hard. You get what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't know. And even if people know, a lot of times people aren't willing to just do what you want them to do or do things the way you want it to be done. Everything not going to be, everybody not going to treat you perfect. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. If you find that person that's just going, oh, you wanted this, and not had no type of confrontation in between, hey, y'all making some fire compromises or whatever. But I say that to say, like, after we had got done with the bus thing, she was bagging in. And when she was bagging in, I let her do it. I ain't saying nothing about it. I ain't trying to butt in, say not a peep about it. But afterwards, she was like, more so asking, why didn't I help? And it's like, bro, you just got done like turning down the help I was given in some sort of way, or that's the way I felt. So it's like, I didn't feel like my help was was valued the same. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I didn't feel like it was taken for what it was. And not only that, I know that we had past problems when it came down to like parking. Like I would try to tell her something about the parking, and she'd be like, I know, or whatever. And it's like, we'll get into arguments over parking. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to help. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying nothing to do with parking to hurt you. Like, bro, I can give a rat's crap if you can't park. You get what I'm saying? Like, why would I harp on something if it's not important, or if I'm not at least genuinely trying to help you? It's parking, bro. I'm not getting paid by the hour to teach you how to park. I'm not getting paid. So if I'm telling you something extra, it's not just because I feel like talking out the side of my butt. Now, I could be wrong. And I could be saying something that is extra, that is unneeded. But just off the simple fact that I'm doing it from my pure heart, you should understand that I at least think I'm doing it within good reason. And I should get credited for that. You shouldn't chew me out. Or we shouldn't be getting into it just because you know I'm doing something to help you. Just off the fact of that, you should we should never get into it over it. You know what I'm saying? I'm helping you. Because what you do is you fight with people that's trying to help you, and you push them away. So the next time you need help, they're less likely to help you. And it's like, that's something that I'm trying to let her understand and help like guide, because I feel like that's something that she might not, you know, feel the same way about, or something that she might not be looking at the same way that I look at. You get what I'm saying? And I analyze. And like I said, I could be wrong, but I'm at least showing her, because maybe I am wrong. Maybe you need to show me that I'm wrong and tell me why I'm wrong so I can look at it the way you look at it. Like the bus driver. If you don't think we're supposed to be courteous and bus drivers, I would get racist with it. Okay, to make it a drastic perspective, I'm getting drastic and accept what I'm saying. Okay, I'm white, I'm Caucasian, she Caucasian. She say, fuck them niggas. Slavery is good. Or Trump, whatever. I'm not saying I'm against Trump, I'm not saying I'm with Trump. I don't look into politics. You know, I don't even want to deal with none of that. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know nothing about Trump. I don't know nothing about what he doing. I don't follow that. But it's not a video about Trump, so we gonna cut that now. Say I'm saying, skip them niggas. Whatever. That's your argument. Maybe I feel the same way. I just don't know it yet. Maybe after learning more information, I'll be on your bandwagon. But it's like, I would never know if you don't tell me. My thing is, let me tell you how I'm thinking. Let me say everything I need to say. Then get your point. At least let me say what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? At least listen to what I'm saying. And if you feel otherwise, get me to feel otherwise with you. Or at least say what you say. I'ma listen. I'ma show you that same respect, and then we can go from there. We don't even gotta agree. It's just having that respect of being able to talk to each other and get each other's point out and go back and forth. That's what I'm asking for. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what people with in general. Hey, I might really be wrong. I can accept that. I know I'm to the point where I'm learning. Maybe I don't accept it, but I'm saying give me a chance to accept it. I'm to the point where I'm trying to learn. I see that I've been wrong in the past, and I see that I've been stubborn in the past, and I'm trying to change that within. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like being 100% true and genuine. So it's like, hey, if I'm wrong, tell me. But don't just tell me I'm wrong, because I'm letting you know I'm not at that point where somebody can just say I'm wrong and I'm going to do the research myself. No, bring me some research. Tell me why you know I'm wrong. Don't just say I'm wrong and expect me to figure it out on myself. Oh no. That's another thing I don't like. People will say you're not doing something right or whatever, and they expect you to just know. If I'm not doing it right, obviously I don't know. You get what I'm saying? So tell me why I'm wrong. Don't just say, oh, you wrong, and expect me to do my research, because obviously I don't know. That's like saying, okay, math again. What's 2 plus 2? 21? Oh no, it ain't 21. But you ain't teach me how to add. You ain't teach me how to count. But you expect me to know. I don't got no books in my hand, nothing. Teach me something, or I'm gonna keep on thinking it's 21. Because you ain't teaching me something. This is what I think. Why should I think otherwise? That's my little spiel, my rant. My chest hurt. I don't know if it was after that, all that anxiety. Good talk. I don't know, bro. I still can't tell you why my chest hurt. But I'm gonna let you know it ain't starting now. Once again, that's that. Anything you wanna add to that, baby?
3 things. I'm independent, so I can park by my goddamn motherfucking self. But you said earlier about the car thing. I didn't ask you, why didn't you help me with the car thing just out of the blue? You came out your mouth and said something when I parked, and it made me bring that up. I didn't care that you didn't help me park. At the end of the day, if I park crooked, I park crooked. If I didn't park back, I don't care. It's parking. Who cares? I can park. You know how I be parking and not give a damn and going straight in the house. You make it seem like I was telling, like, I made a big deal about it when you the one who mentioned it. When we got out of the car, you the one who started it. So if you wouldn't have opened your mouth and said something, we would have went in the house and that car would have been parked how it would have been parked.
One cool question on that. Do you know what I said to start it?
You said, can I do it? And I said, do what or something. And then you was like, and then I got out of the car and went, and then I was like, are you talking about my parking or something? Then I was like, why didn't you just help me when I was in the car? Then I started saying all that stuff because you said, can I do it? Can he park the car?
Mind if I correct you real
And
quick?
you said didn't he just say he didn't care how I parked? So why is he asking me can he park the car if he didn't care how I parked?
For starters, you didn't get out the car. It doesn't matter. but we were still in the car. You peeked out the car. We were about to get out the car, and it looked like you were crooked. It looked like you were frustrated. So after I seen that it started affecting you, in my mind, I'm like, okay, cool. Let me put aside my pride, my belief that it might cause something, and do it anyway. I'm like, all right, would I rather avoid getting into it with you, or would I rather avoid you having to feel this type of way? It all depends on the situation. Feel like you start feeling enough. I feel like it looked like you started feeling enough irritation from trying to park the car that I'm like, let me help you out. I don't know how much y'all missed. That's sad. But yeah, if they mad at me because they think I parked your car.
I would never park the car out of the line. Even if I fuck up and the park is horrible, I'm still in the lines.
That's cool. We're not speaking on that yet, though, and I didn't know that at the time, so I can't speak on, like, I can't speak in the thought of me knowing that because you didn't.
I would
tell
have
me.
checked.
That's cool. But like I'm saying, I'm not speaking on that, so it's like that's additional, and that's countering my point. So like it's stopping me from saying what I'm saying, but it's not beneficial to what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, when you told me go ahead and talk, Sade, I kind of forgot the last point I was gonna make because you wanted to chime in.
Go ahead.
I don't know what it was. I'm just making that known because you look like you got a little. When I wanted to say that, I forgot what I was gonna say when you gave me the floor at that moment. Just saying that. Just saying like you. I'm just bringing it up. Just pointing it out.
Okay.
At this point, I don't have anything else to say, so you can have the floor for the rest of the camera. Or the rest of the time you want to have the camera up.
I didn't turn off the stove. What I was basically saying was, I asked you because I thought. Excuse me. I asked you because I thought you needed, you would like a sentence. I thought it was helping. I knew it was gonna be bad. I wouldn't have did it, but it's like the way you said it. Why are you talking to me like this? Like, what did I do wrong? And it's not about you not bringing up the fact that I didn't help, but it's like if I didn't help, wasn't a problem. You could have said that, but it's like, how can I fix that if one time it's a problem because I didn't help and there's another time it's a problem because I did? It's like, it's clashing. And it's not even that it's a problem that I did, but it's like, you're not about to talk to me or say certain things when I help you out and expect me to help every time. No. If you do something, if you bite my hand when I'm trying to feed you, I'm not gonna be the dumb MF to keep feeding you. You know what I'm saying? With my hand. I'm at least gonna kick you your food or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to just keep doing the same thing. So it's like, what I got from the situation is, after I got after I asked you for the assistance, you like basically saying that I should have been helped you. And it's like,
basically saying that.
Do you disagree with that statement?
I don't like the way you be saying how I say stuff.
Did you disagree with what I said? So it's okay for you to stop what I'm saying. But when I ask you a question, I give you the floor. You don't say anything at all.
Because I wasn't talking. I was just saying something.
Okay. But you interrupted by doing that. And when I give you the floor, and now you're talking. You're talking a lot now that I'm talking. But you're still talking. Now that you see that I'm talking, you're talking. But when I give you the floor, you don't speak. So you only speak when when you're interrupting me. But you're still doing it, and you do it all the time.
What is one word gonna change?
It's about this. It's about this. When I'm speaking and you don't like what I'm saying, You say enough to stop me from talking
I'm
or
okay
go
with
off my
you.
train of
If
thought.
I'm talking, I'm okay with you butting in.
It's not about whether you're okay
with
or
that.
not. It's not okay. It's not about whether you're okay with it. I'm telling you that I'm not okay with it. And I'm telling you, and it's not even that you can't do it. You can do it, but I need you to understand what comes with it. When you do this, it makes me not want to say what I'm saying because you're not letting me speak anyway. So why would I keep trying to say what I'm saying if you're cutting me off every 3 seconds? I'm going to say fuck it. Don't make a difference to me anyway. You know what I'm saying?
So then why are you getting so mad?
I'm not getting mad.
Yes, you are.
I'm not getting mad.
You are. You can see it when you play back the videos. You do all of that all the time. And if you don't care about it, why do you act that way then? Why does it get under your skin if you don't care?
Can I say it? I don't get mad over me being able to say what I'm saying. I get mad that you're cutting me off. So it's not the topic that we're speaking on that makes me mad. It's the fact that you're cutting me off when I'm saying it because it pertains to everything. It's like me talking right now. It's like I have to sit here and wait to be able to get the floor. But once I get the floor, I can't speak. So it's like I don't care about talking. Like I was just trying to say. A lot of times I don't care about the topic. I love proving my point and I love being able to, make it seem like I'm right or whatever. But at the end of the day, I came to a point where it's like I'm okay with not saying everything that comes to mind. I'm okay with, being the guy where it may seem as if, hey.
I just want to go in a room and go to sleep, to be honest. Like, you talking, then you give me back the phone, you say, is there anything else you want to add? Then we going back and forth. I don't even really care for this conversation anymore. And it's like, you keep asking me to throw something back, and then you going to talk for another 30 minutes. Then the fool going to sit there, and it's taking more and more out of my time of being in a room with you, watching something real quick on a TV, because I enjoy doing that. If this conversation does not matter, why can't we just stop it? Why do you have to go back for 30 more minutes after I say a little thing? I shouldn't have said anything else then. I'm sorry for saying something back to that. I don't care to finish this conversation. It's not that serious. I understand. I'm going to give you the floor now. I'll close my mouth. But this, my stomach hurts, my head hurts, I'm hot. I just want to go in a room. I don't even want to eat anymore.
I understand where you're at. It looks like we have to conclude this video. It's nice talking to you guys. We've been talking long enough anyway. Hey, get to you another time. Deuces.